the TV.
This week on Sierra Shorts, learn how to zaggerete for Tasha belly dancers. Then we'll talk to David Dory at the New Medium Art Gallery. Join us for happy hour with the Pansonas. Enter a crawdad eating contest. Discuss modeling and try out some camouflage. We'll hang with the UNR Collegiate Cattlewomen and visit with our musical guest, David Grisman. All this and much, much more. So kick back and toss the remote.
A guy drove around barricades and heavy equipment to drive over a bridge still under construction. He got halfway across by driving on the unpaved I-beams making up the bridge structure before his pickup truck dropped between two of the open beams, falling 35 feet to the ground below. A sheriff's spokesman noted alcohol was a factor in the crash. You think? South Africa. A 3-year-old woman took a bite out of crime, literally. She bit off the tongue of her attacker as he tried to force it into her mouth. She then ran to the nearest police station with the guy's tongue chunk in her mouth. Ooh. The suspect arrived a few moments later with blood pouring from his mouth, hoping to receive medical attention, and was arrested immediately. He got his medical attention, but it was not possible to have his tongue sewn back on, so police said the tongue would be kept and used as evidence. Yikes.
I noticed in your dancing you have a lot of eye movements and tongue movements. Can you give us a little bit of the eye movement first and then the tongue movement?
The eye movement. Let's go with the tongue movement.
Okay, let's go there.
It's called a zaggerete. It's the Middle Eastern version of a clap. Mm-hmm. Instead of everyone just, that was great. You can do it a number of different ways. You can either do it like a warble in the back of your throat, or you can do it with your tongue against the back of your teeth, and it's really simple to do. All it is the word la. La 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 la.
Can we hear that word? Can you do like applause for us then?
Let's be polite. So Rita, why don't you try it with us? It's a la 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 la. Now bring it up.
Made me feel very well, thank you.
We're at the New Medium Gallery on Matley Lane, right near the Reno Athletic Club. They're having a reception for some outstanding local artists. Let's go check it out. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Dave Dory.
And David, you're one of the artists here. No, maybe?
Some of the time.
Some of the time, okay. Tell us about this piece behind you.
This piece here, this is one of my newer pieces. This is a piece where I picked 4 bartenders out of a local bar here in Reno. And they all decided to come and pose for me and be immortalized, I guess. So this one here is Bonnie, Casey, Bernice, and Laura. It'll be hung in the Jazz Club. Downtown Reno, 4th Street, across from Louis Best Corner.
This is a bit of a departure from your normal style, I've noticed. Why?
Well, it's my normal style, but it's just huge. My largest painting up until this point was 1/4 this size.
Tell me a little bit about your series on the sand dunes. Where was your inspiration from on that?
Women.
Women in the dunes. And where can people see your work?
New Medium Art Gallery, 940 Matley Lane, Suite 16.
Well, great. Thanks so much for the interview.
Just making money.
You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. country cornflakes. New country cornflakes. They're made from corn.
It's music reviews with the Chroma Fish. I know some red snappers, so when I heard they released a CD, I swam out and bought a copy. Imagine my surprise to find out they weren't snappers at all, but a trio from Japan. To get to the bottom of this apparent case of identity theft, I tracked down Taco, the lead singer of the band. So what's the story behind the name of your band?
アラミダというところにしばらく住んでて、ギタリストもいてて、よく私たち行ったのが、アラミダのメキシカンのレストランで、フライしたタイですね。レッドスナッパーズというのは、ジャパンではタイと言います。あれが、フライした方、丸ごとのフライが、すごい好きでよく食べに行ったので、そっからかなとも思うんですけども。
Okay. Well, that about clears that up. And I guess it all works out for the best. Real snappers don't play all that well, not having hands on them. I give this band 2 thumbs up. This has been Music Reviews with the Chroma Fish. It's Music Reviews with the Chroma Fish.
Delicate, this whim of fortune falling on the skin. A single strand of wind-blown golden hair. A beat of silver moonlight in a woman's eye. Gifts from paradise. The wind moaning, touching tree leaf, bark, and branch. Moaning perhaps, because it will never be again. Moaning perhaps, because it has touched and been touched.
The Military Chaplains Association of the United States, practically every major fraternal, civic, and religious organization, the juvenile court judges, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, innumerable psychiatrists, sociologists, and psychologists, attribute the moral decay among our people in very large part to
SierraShorts.com.
and is threatening to pervert an entire generation of our American children.
I agree with Duke Ellington, who said there's only 2 kinds of music, good and bad. So I've been a music lover all my life, and I like all forms of music, and I haven't tried to not be influenced by anything. In the early 60s, I got interested in folk music and bluegrass music. I got really smitten with bluegrass music, and that's what led me to the mandolin. Music is an abstract form of communication, so I couldn't articulate that message in any other language but music.
Hi, young lady. Who are you?
Morgan.
Morgan. And Morgan, could you come around this way, please? Now, Morgan, what are you doing here?
Basically nothing.
So that's
I'm partying with the fairy dust, basically.
So do you feel you've attained the Zen state of nothingness?
Yeah.
Now, what do you do when you're in this state of nothingness?
Blow fairy dust on you.
Fairy dust. Now, what is fairy dust made of? Could you show us some? That's fairy dust. Now, is that collected from the wings of fairies, or now where does that come from?
It comes from a factory.
A fairy factory. And is it in a secret location?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, what is it made of?
Some plastic and just some pop.
Plastic. So it comes from old dinosaurs. It's very ancient formula. All right. Now, what do you do with this?
We blow it on people.
Okay, and then what happens to them?
They have fairy dust all over them for the rest of the day.
Could you blow some on the cameraman here?
Sure.
He likes fairy dust, by the way.
Close your eyes.
He used to be...
I didn't get it.
One more time.
There you go.
Hey, thanks. Perfect. That was very cute.
Hey, Elvis.
How you doing there, little filly? Oh, the king loves you. Watch out for shorts.
The Village Council of Bruntingthorpe, England, began consideration in February of an elaborate plan to reduce the amount of dog poop in a town of 200 people and 30 dogs. The village would DNA test the dogs and keep the results on file for the purpose of matching the DNA to that of any unscooped dog poop laying around the village so as to punish the scuttlebugs.
This next story is brought to you by School Days Fresh Cut Green Beans. Look for the happy kicker on the label.
Roger Freeman is a dentist and lecturer on infectious diseases in Encino, California. His new company is pushing a line of neckties with magnified pictures of diseases from microscope slides on the tie. Says Roger, the gonorrhea tie is the best looking tie in the whole line. Hey, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How you doing today?
Who are you hiding from? Were you on America's Most Wanted?
I may be.
Okay.
It's hard to tell, you know. All you can see is my eyes.
How did you get a job with Rancho Safari?
I am Rancho Safari.
I see. What do you guys do?
We're the manufacturers of day packs and the Shaggy 3D ghillie suit, which has been used for bird watching, photography work. Of course, it's used for military and also law enforcement and recreational work. It's a 3D system, which is primarily made in a shell where you just wear it over regular clothing.
Oh, I see.
And it actually zips up, face mask, long coat.
So would this be a colorization for the West, for the Western U.S., the colors of the chaparral, the desert, etc.? Do you have other ones as well for like the forest?
Right. This is what we call the forest season, which is for areas that have a lot of grass and areas that have sage and various western colors. It also works fine in the east, but our most popular for back east is what we call the mossy oak breakup, which is 100% cotton.
That's called the Shaggy Mini
ghillie suit. That's a shaggy.
How'd you come up with that name?
Well, it's sort of like shaggy. It's kind of shaggy.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
I mean, you look in the Webster Dictionary, what defines shaggy?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting terrorists.
Machine, and I didn't even have it on, but I could see what I was doing. That's amazing, you know, because I can see through everything. I'm becoming so good, I am almost a nuisance to myself. There's the phone. Let me see who that is. Hello, this is Sheila. Can I help you?
Yes, you sure can, Sheila. I'm a very troubled man. I've been doing experiments with magnetism, and every day I wake up and I feel like my polarity's changing. One of these days I think I'm just going to wake up and be upside down.
What is your name?
My name's Bud Pole.
Bud Pole?
Yes.
Bud Pole?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that this could have anything to do with your name, Bud Pole?
Well, I've thought of that, of course, but I think it has something to do with my magnetic personality.
Well, you know, there's so much to what you say. You know, I've been receiving radio stations in my own mind from other countries. You know, is this something that maybe you could have some good from this? I mean, maybe You know, you could tune into some kind of something. You won't need a radio in your ear or anything. You could use this as, you know, what I'm saying. You don't have to buy a Walkman.
Well, right now, about the only talent that this gives me is sometimes I'll get kicked out of a hardware store because all the screws and bolts will be attracted to my head.
I think maybe you should think something about the circus. Maybe. Don't you think?
I hadn't thought
Don't aggravate me, Bud. Don't aggravate me. I'm trying to give you some advice here. You understand? You know, Bud? Bud!
My polarity's changing right now.
I suppose.
I'm sideways.
Oh, Bud, I'm telling you. Listen, I cannot even talk to you anymore because you are driving me crazy. You're aggravating the hell out of me, okay? You don't listen. There is another insubordinate. I'm telling you, the show, I can't go on with the show. I'm sorry, I'm letting this affect me. Okay.
And again, the breast fetish.
You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down and crawl that hole, honey, baby.
Okay, you like this, and then you remove a couple of quarter of an inch of skin of the leg area, and then you pull that out like that, and then eat it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So you're the grand champion.
I am.
How long have you been eating crawdad?
For about 25 years.
Where are you from?
From Tennessee.
What's your name?
James McFall.
Are there any secrets for any crawdad eaters in training that you might be able...
Rip them in half and just suck the head and get the meat out of the tail.
What do you what's the main thing you would attribute to your success?
Being a pig.
Oh, Dori! There she is. Dori, how are you, Dori?
Very
That's my
good.
friend, Dori.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Petrova.
My name's Linska. I got dirty fingers. Your chicken wings, best.
Oh. Listen, I need to know, do you happy hour at the 7 days a week?
7 days a week from 3 to 6.
And 3 to 6. And that's in all three locations, in the Sparks, in the Reno, and in the Stead.
Yeah, you need to eat.
No,
I said,
you
nice,
must
eat. Come on.
I can't prove to you that I like them, then you'll know that we have good food.
No, that's because you're too skinny. You know, the other reason I like to come here, I love big men. And I love to come football season. You got the big screen, you got pictures, and I just like to look at the men in spandex.
Yes, you can watch football games.
Oh, no, it's wonderful. And all the good food.
You get the football pools too?
Oh, yes, we run football pools.
See, this is good. I like this place. I'm going to come back all the time.
Well, Dori, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need anything else, ladies.
Okay.
Spasiba.
Thank you, Dori. It's just so nice.
I just really like these things.
All this food.
You need more. You need more booze.
I need another chat.
You need more booze.
Oh. I need another chat.
Chiquita, are you okay? Oh, baby, are you okay? Come on, talk to me here. We don't have any.
Adams, Massachusetts. A woman calls the cops because there's a bear asleep in her backyard. They tried sirens and noisemakers, but they could not wake the bear. It wasn't until they poked the 4-foot-long bear with a long prod that they discovered it was just a stuffed teddy bear that someone had left there.
The government-owned railroad in Italy filed suit against Lorenzo Castillo for causing 3 trains to stop and therefore run behind schedule. He was accused of crossing the tracks incautiously and being hit by a train. Legal experts feel that the suit will fail, as Castillo was killed instantly, as if a little detail like that would stop a lawyer.
Who will ever forget a booming economy, Beanie Babies, and Monica Lewinsky? Well, the 90s are gone forever, but the music lives on. And what band better captured the spirit of the 90s than the Paisley Brain Cells? Now, through special arrangements, Sierra Shorts is proud to present the best of the Paisley Brain Cells. You'll get all the greatest hits gathered together for the first time in this fabulous collection. You'll get Jackamus Joe, Doesn't Matter, Lies, Paisley Brainstorm, Yesteryear, Days of Summer, Gonzo Freddy's Fast Food Feeding Frenzy, and much, much more. Now available on CD or nostalgic audio cassette. Send check or money order for $9.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to Sierra Shorts Paisley Brain Cells CD offer, P.O. Box 20258, Reno, Nevada 89515.
America is many things to many people.
But what price freedom? You talk about full security, full employment. Why, you can have that in a penitentiary.
It's the difference between force and freedom. Nobody in his or her right mind would willingly sacrifice freedom. It is these freedoms that have made America strong.
Okay, so we got our freedom. Yes, sir. Freedom of choice right down to the brand of cigarettes he smokes or doesn't smoke. Government can't control everything without controlling me, what I can say and what I can't say. And I mean police control that tells me where I'll work, where I'll live, and all the rest of it.
What you want, flatfoot?
All this is part of what we have. Freedom for all is the key.
We must fight to regain our freedom, or everything is lost.
Well, it may seem a little rough at first, but in the long run, it will be better for everybody.
Just think what that means. Full security. Why shouldn't the government take care of us?
That's the way to change what we have. Take all power and all freedoms away from the people and collect everything into the hands of one small group with absolute power. Of course, it would never happen this way. Real freedoms are eaten up a little at a time while government controls are slipped on, while the real power is collected into a few hands. Where government is not limited, no man is free.
I'm a cow, can't you see that I live in the country? Moo.
As a group, we do a lot of leadership activities and things like that. Learning, working knowledge of the beef industry. We also do a lot of promotional things. We do a lot of volunteer work, community service, and raising the community knowledge of the beef industry.
What kind of reaction have you been getting from the vegetarians?
Not really good ones. Everybody kind of has their own opinion, and we do the best that we can with telling them and informing them what we know about it, and they seem to come in with a little bit of a wall, and they go away knowing a little bit more and being a little less abrasive about the cattle industry.
Sure.
We're here just raising awareness that the ag industry is a part of the environment and is a natural product that everybody needs, as you can see by our byproduct scores.
Why are they called byproducts?
Because it just has a small ingredient within it, part of the composition that makes it up, just like when you're baking a cake. So stearic acid, for instance, in tires is what helps keep it's the circular frame instead of getting all wobbly under constant friction.
Tell us a little bit more about where is the cow in Elmer's glue all?
The gelatin or the hooves or horns.
Right
also.
here?
Yes. Gelatin would also be in Jell-O, gum, marshmallows, gummy bears, a lot of candy products.
Right. And then Jonathan Edwards?
His leather jacket, of course.
Right.
Or leather shoes, a lot of leather products, which people like. Fatty acids.
Fatty acids are candles?
In a candle, or your paints, or a lot of crayons.
Okay. And what about the Band-Aid?
Band-Aid, the adhesive bandage on the back is made out of
really?
Wallpaper, sheetrock, linoleum.
Oh, wait, what about Scope mouthwash?
Fatty acids and like protein meal.
Really? And Secret? Is that the secret in Secret?
Oh, that's the secret. But it's not just these brands. It's any product. These are just examples of laundry detergent and whatnot that have those products in them.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I'm a cow.
Well, we have an official poster girl here. What's your name?
My name is Ina Sanoski.
Now, where are you from, Ina?
I'm from Russia, and I live here for 4 years already.
Only 4 years? Your English is so good. Why?
Trying. Good teachers around here.
Okay, excellent. And what are you doing here at the show?
I'm doing modeling. I model for my company.
I see. How long have you been a professional model?
Long time.
Did you do that in Russia as well?
I did.
What's the differences between modeling in Russia and modeling in the United States?
Pay.
Anything else? Is there more pressure? Is there more stress here than in Russia?
No, it's easier here.
It's easier
It's
here?
easier, yes, it is.
I see. And how long are you here?
Actually, anybody can be model in the United States, really.
Why do you say
it's
that?
It's that easy.
It's that easy. Hey, I've never been a model.
You have a whole life in front of you.
So where do you go to next, Ina?
I believe we have a show in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
And don't remember the name.
For any future models that might be watching our program, what advice do you have for them?
Keep smiling.
Be happy.
Absolutely. Have a positive attitude.
And that shines through.
People loving kind of. Love people.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code. The code of the National Association of Broadcasters for television and the greater public interest.